Shalom, Israel. Shalom. 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 Greetings. This is Kasamak, formerly known as the Third Charles D. Doing a quick part 2 to my last video, How to Pray. I realized after I uploaded it, I forgot to pray. I said I would do that as an example for anybody who might need that, or what it sounds like, or any newcomers that that may help. So just doing a quick part 2 to that, and I will pray. It is a real prayer. This is not simulation or of any kind. It's not fake. It's a real prayer. It's I pray often, several times a day. Excuse me. So I'll do that, and hopefully it helps someone, and gives them some guidelines, or at least helps them to understand what it may sound like, or some reference points, if anything. So I close my eyes when I pray, so I will do that. I know it's not very camera friendly, but it's what I do. So, because a very important thing about prayer is it should be genuine, should be honest. I talked about that earlier in the last video. So does me no good to do it if I don't take my own advice. And besides that, it discredits me. We don't want that. So here, I'll just pray, and hopefully it blesses someone. Heavenly Father, I come to you today to thank you for another day of life, another day of health and strength, peace of mind. I thank you for being everything that I need and more, for blessing me and providing for me in ways that I don't even know, in ways that I have no knowledge of. You are so good to me. You are so good. I thank you for all that you've done for me, where you've brought me from, where you're bringing me to. I thank you for what you're doing in my life right now, for showing me who I am, and for showing me who you are. Not that I could ever fully know you. You are far bigger than that, far grander than that. But because you have opened my understanding and rescued me from idolatry and sin, and allowed me to live a life that is pleasing to you according to your word, I could never say thank you enough. I could never show you the appreciation outside of doing my very best, but my very best I know doesn't really do it. So I live according to your laws, your commandments, with faith in Messiah, who came and died for my sin. I do my very best to bless you, to love you, and to prove that love by how I live my life. And it would be impossible without you. And so I thank you for helping me to show you how much I love you. Father, I pray for every person under the sound of my voice. I ask that you would bless them with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I ask that you would help them to see who they are, to know who they are, that they might better have understanding of who you are. I ask that you would help them as they read the scriptures to pay attention to the words that are written. I ask that you would enlighten the words from the page. I ask that you would show them things that they've never seen before. Father, I thank you for all that. I thank you for that. Father, I bless you. I praise you. I worship you, because there is none like you. You are everything: a provider, a friend, Elohim, a protector. You are a judge, a righteous judge who disciplines out of love your people. And though that is uncomfortable, I know that it is necessary at times. So I thank you for that. I give you glory and praise, Father, for who you are. I give you glory and praise for who you are in my life and where you brought me from. In the name of your Son, Yahawashi Hamashiach, whom the world knows as Jesus Christ. I thank you for those things. So be it. I did not talk about so be it. I don't say amen. I've done my own study. You can do your own study on the word amen, where it comes from. I know that in the ancient language, some people might say aman. That's fine. I'm not here to argue or fight with anybody about the words they use or the names they call on. It is not my call. It's not my calling. So I allow the Father to show me what he shows me. I live according to that. And then I help people according to that. And if it is given to me to help you, then you'll receive it. And if it's not, that's fine. Somebody else will get it for you then. And I believe that our nation is already caught up in too much infighting, too much arguing over all those different things. The true name of the Father, the true name of the Son, the language we should speak or shouldn't speak, and just a lot of stuff, a lot of distraction. I believe that no matter what names you call on or what you believe, there are two things that every Israelite, every Hebrew will agree to. And I believe those are the things that we should be focusing on. One, we are Israel. We are the true Israelites of the Bible. Now, you're going to get some argument about, what nations they're from, what they look like. But the truth is we've been scattered to the four corners, and we can look like everybody. And that's the truth. We can look like everybody. So if the Most High has opened your heart and your mind to receive this truth and to live by it, then be thankful. Because whether you are natural born Israel or not, if you live according to these truths with faith in Messiah, then you're good. And that's at the back of the book. Revelation 14 and 12, Revelation 22:18 or 22:14, one of the two. Faith in Messiah, keep the commandments. And that is the other thing that we will agree on, that we need to keep the commandments. So whether you call the Father one name or another, or the Messiah one name or another, those same two people will say, oh, we need to keep commandments. So we should be looking at that. We should be studying those and learning how to keep commandments, because we've been taught a lot of things in error and backwards. And that's what I'll start to get into. I've already started to look at the so-called 613 laws that the Jewish people have put out there. I'm finding some problems. There's some tradition. There's some duplication. And so once I finish that, then I'll put it out there. Whether you agree with me or not, that's on you. But the truth of the matter is, I'll tell you like the Father told me, study to show yourself approved. Study to show yourself approved. Do you boast about keeping all 613 and you don't know what they are? Because I don't. I do not boast about keeping all 613 laws because I don't know all what they are. And I am finding out that some of them shouldn't even be there. I keep the laws that I am aware of best I can. Sabbath days, feast days, dietary law, moral law. The ones that I know, I'm keeping those best I can. But I have to go through these things to find out what they are. Because there are some that have been removed on purpose to hide from us so that we are not living this life the way the way the Most High told us to live it. That's why it's so important to read those first 5 books, especially Deuteronomy, because that kind of sums up everything that they went through. So it's kind of a concise, put together book of all the experiences. But it tells us if you live one way, you're going to be blessed. If you live another way, you will not be blessed. You will be cursed. And guess what our condition is right now? Cursed. But thankfully, the Most High is bringing us up out of that because he's opening our eyes to keeping these commandments, and he's given us the heart and the desire to do so. And now we're doing it with unashamed, without any shame of it, without feeling any guilt about it. We're doing it proudly, and our numbers are growing. More and more people are starting to wake up to the fact that we need to keep these commandments, that does not replace. We're in no way saying that this replaces what Messiah did. Yes, we needed that sacrifice, of course, but that did not negate everything else we're supposed to be doing. They're hand in hand. They're not contrary to one another. It's not keep the laws or have faith in Messiah. Revelation 14:12. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the laws and have faith in Messiah. They go hand in hand. So there goes my a little bit of my emotion. I get excited. I mean, it's serious for me though. It really is. And I want to relay that so that you can understand how serious it is. And it's not even anything about being grievous. They're not grievous. They're not hard. You know, maybe you might say it's hard if you love bacon, but you know, after a couple of days of not eating it, a couple of weeks, then you're done. You know, my daughter, she all she would ever eat was shrimp. And then we came into this truth, and that was going to be a hard part for her. But you know, it's been a couple of years, and now we talk about it, and she'll tell you. She didn't ever think she would stop eating it, especially in the beginning. But now she realizes, I mean, it wasn't even that hard. It ended up not even being as hard as she thought. So they're not grievous. They're not hard. Man makes it hard. Man makes it hard. Man will put more on you than the word says. So again, study to show yourself approved. Study for yourself. Let the Most High speak to you himself through his spirit. Let him guide you into how to live this life. He's the one that made you. He's the one that keeps you. He's the one that provides for you. Let him do what he's going to do. And let's not depend upon man so much. Now, we got friends, homeboys, relatives, sisters and brothers, rather not homeboys, but sisters and brothers, relatives, whatever, that may be in the truth, that can be an assistance, that can be help to encourage and stand together and those kind of things. But ultimately, though, you better be in this word and allow the Spirit of the Most High to guide you and to show you what's up. Because that's who you're going to answer to. That's who you have to give an account to. That's what I want to help you do. Have a relationship with the Most High that you can be proud to give an account for. Because that's what I'm trying to do. And I got faults. I got problems. I got, things that I'm dealing with as well. I'm a human being just like you. But I don't quit. I don't give up. I keep going. Proverbs says the righteous man falls down 7 times, but he gets up. He'll get up every single time. The righteous man, the man that keeps these commandments. That's what righteous is. Right living. So with that, I hope I didn't forget anything else. But again, apologies for forgetting on the first video. But, hopefully that helps somebody. And shalom.